Hi guys, we're doing some filing. Just about to head up to the forest, doing some logging, and I thought I'd do a little video on showing how I file my chains. This isn't a reasonably dull chain. It's just that it was kind of dull. It's getting there. I'm trying to get the gullet like back in the Ray taught us all. I remember watching videos of back in Billy Ray when I started. He always said get the gullet. I never understood what he meant, and as I was watching the videos I started seeing and understanding what he meant. And yeah, I don't know, I'm probably not the best sharpener, but it really helps. I also try not to have the most aggressive hook so that it doesn't you know, wear out too fast. Oops. This one got kind of aggressive, but and I don't count my strokes. I just look for a sharp tooth. Just like, yeah. I don't really ever notice the difference on counting and not counting the strokes. I mean, I'm happy with it. It just works, and that's good enough. I also don't put a lot of pressure on it. I pretty much just pull the file through it. And it just usually works out for me, kind of like that. I try to keep the pressure that I actually do give. I give it kind of slightly, like just kind of. I just push it so that, you know, the file fits perfectly snug in the tooth. This is a 5.2 millimeter. And then you have that somewhat perfect. There's a bit of a gullet there, but I'm going to go over that. I have a bit too loose chain right now. I recommend tightening up your chains when filing. I also use this brass. Is it brass? I'm not sure. Whoa, there we go. I do that to kind of keep the file clean, but you know it's a bit still in there. You gotta apply some pressure and do it on firm ground. Yeah, there we go. They're going. After some brushing, it kind of just cleans it all off. Gives the file a much longer life. This is what's wrong with this tooth. Yeah, this is why it's not cutting. I've hit something. Also, this is a big gullet right here. I don't even know. Yeah, you know what? This isn't. I haven't really hit anything but like mold. I was cutting this fallen down spruce and it was kind of moldy. This is the 2-in-1 file, and that's what it's doing to the chains. You see it right here as well. We have the same kind of. So this one is a lot more than the others, probably because it was kind of worn out, or probably had hit a rock or something. So I was probably taking a few more strokes on it. And yeah, that's just the reason why I don't use that file too much. I use it when I'm in the field and I need to get rakers as well. That's when I use it. It's getting better, but yeah. I also used to watch Guilty of Treason's video on when Jed was filing. He had a lot of good tips coming out. I recommend go watching that. But I could put the link in the description on the recommended videos for filing. It's a bit aggressive again for my taste. It's not particularly dull, but it's dull enough that you have to push, and it's not supposed to be like that. If I can get the phone to focus, you can slightly see it, but just the edge that you can barely see that the edge of the top plate is actually shining. That's not good. That's a dull chain, because this is what cuts, you know. You want your good rule is to have the nail grip, and it does not, it just slides. Yeah, there you go. You can see it now. You see how it shines there on the edge of the top plate. That's the material that's gonna kind of flatten. That's a horrible cutter. So on steels chains, and some of Husqvarna's chains, or is it Oregon? I've seen some other chains have it. You have this small little line going across there, and that kind of gives you the angle. I think it's supposed to be both the angle and kind of the warning sign that tells you that if your chain is this short, then or the tooth is this short, then you have to change it. Personally, I don't start changing them until it starts throwing its teeth at me. That's not a good idea. I don't recommend that. I actually had a tooth hitting me straight under the eyelid. That was horrible, kind of terrifying. I don't recommend having that. Yeah, so it's annoying you can't really see it on the camera, but yeah, there you can see it. It has a shine to the edge. Again, I'm going to remove that. It's kind of aggressive, that hook, but it's going to do the job for what I need. I don't mind that too much, because I usually give it a few strokes every time I refuel. That's a rule of thumb here. That's a horrible tooth right there. That's had something happen to it. Definitely. So here I just take my time working on it. I put pressure on the top to get it kind of angled, and then I file away all of it, getting the burr gone. Then I focus a bit on the bottom, getting the gullet away, and then I start just putting normal pressure on it, natural, the file groove, and trying to get that. That was me pushing kind of up, trying to get rid of the burr. Just trying to get the normal shape of the tooth. It's a bit aggressive again. I'm working on that. Sometimes when a tooth is that bad, I just take my time working on it. I don't really agree on the angle of it, but it's just gonna have to do, I think. And yeah, again, I do give it a few strokes every time I refuel. So this is my filing bench, my filing setup. It's where I do my filing and everything. You should put my saw on that vise, and I can turn the vise around. And I have my files over there sorted. Project chains or chains that need sharpening. Old bars, which I never touch. Whoops, that's too much pressure on the top plate. Trying to correct that a bit. You see the burr coming off? There it came. That's what she said. Getting the top plate a bit. So I say that I put the pressure on the groove of the tooth, and I usually do. Sometimes when you see the burr coming off like that, I put a little bit of pressure on it. Oh wow, look at the upcoming tooth there. That's gotten some beating. I've hit something, that's for sure. Look at that. That is absolutely insane. There's no wonder why this wasn't cutting. I didn't actually see this in the field. I was just noticing that it was not cutting. And oh my god, that is horrible. Now all of that has to go. Like, that's a lot of material that has to go there. Oops, sorry about that. There we go. So that's the tooth kind of taking shape again. Again, that's a lot of material removed, and that's a lot of tooth lost right there. And that's, I mean, if every second tooth was like that, you probably notice it when you were cutting. That angle is really off. But yeah, I'm just going to go with the flow on that. I cut in soft material or soft wood, spruce. I cut in soft wood like spruce and stuff, and then it's not too bad. I jump off a lot, so I'm focusing too much on getting the top plate going here, and the file is sitting pretty good in there. So it's good. I'm not going to touch the rakers after this. I do that every second time I file the chain like this. And I did it last time, so I'm not going to touch it this time. I don't like it being too grabby. I know a lot of people do. I don't. I'd rather have a smooth cutting chain that cuts a bit less aggressive than having to re-throttle my chainsaw every time it kind of just bogs out. Yeah, this side of the chain was a lot more hammered than the other one. And there we go, that's the chain filed. Thank you guys for watching that video of me filing my chain on the 20-inch bar here, 3/8, just a normal chain, normal bar, the light bar. I was accidental, I actually managed to burn it a bit. I don't know what happened, but yeah, I bet it was the bar that clogged up. Actually, I noticed that sawing in the these old kind of rotten spruce logs, they actually do clog up this the under the clutch cover here a lot, and it's just absolutely horrible. Yeah, it probably clogged up both the exit hole of the oiling and both the bar as well. So I was unlucky and managed to do that. I've been using it pretty carefully. I guess I use my stuff pretty carefully. I don't do sawing every single day, all hours of the day. I do it when we need logs on the farm, or whenever I do have a job, which I rarely do at the time. Work is kind of slow, unfortunately. That's why there is so few videos. I just don't really have enough to record. But please do leave in the comment section what you would like me to post. If you would like to watch some of the farming that I do, or if you would like to watch more of the log driving with the log trailer, I could record more of that. And yeah, for all I do, I do hunting as well. I could make hunting videos, but thing is, I mean, you guys didn't subscribe for that. You subscribed for the chainsaws and stuff, and that's kind of what I'm trying to give you. But feel free to comment what you would like to see on this channel for the upcoming years or whatever. Yeah, thank you for watching that, and stay tuned for next video. Hopefully it'll be up soon.